Hello, it's Bibi here, and today I'm sharing this video about how to make a very basic matchbox. What is interesting about the whole process of making this box is that if you are new to craft, you will be able to understand how easy it is to make one, and you will be able to make your own boxes in different sizes with different decorations and colors. There are so many ideas online about the projects you can create with this kind of boxes that I really hope you enjoy this tutorial and you can give it a try. So when I'm going to make a box, regardless the size and the design, I always like to use cheap materials first to make a draft project. So when I'm going to use the final materials for that project, I'm completely sure about the size and the measurements of each part. To make any kind of box, we need to bear in mind the size of the product we are going to put inside. So let's think that this red piece of cardstock is my product and it measures 4 inches 3/4 by 3 inches. So if you see here in my draft project, the bottom of the box is the same size of the red piece of cardstock, which is supposed to be my product. This might seem very logical for a person who already knows how to make boxes, but it's not so logical when you are starting. So the measurement of that box base will be used to trace scoring lines in the other part of the box, and this bit here will be accordingly the height of the box. Could be wider or thinner. I will explain this better a little bit later. Okay, so this is my pattern here. And to finish this pattern, what I did is grabbing that measurement from the box base, which is the red cardstock, and then I add to the paper base 1.5 inches there, 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 and there. So all around the edges, I add 1.5 inches. Now I got my pattern. I'm going to trim a piece of 12 by 12 inches craft cardstock in half. Then I got 2 pieces that measures 6 by 12 inches. Now I'm going to grab one of the pieces I just cut, and I'm going to use my pattern as reference to trim to the size I need. So I have to trim my paper here at 7, 8 inches, which is a quite bit complicated measurement, to be honest, but in the Stampin' Up trimmer you get that right. It's just 1/8 of inch before 8 inches, like so. And now I'm going to trim this. After doing this, I don't need to do any other thing to this piece of cardstock because the width of this is 6 inches and that's the width I need for my box. So all I have to do now is scoring. With the Stampin' Up trimmer you can score and you can also trim paper. So I'm just scoring a line 1.5 inches from each edge, as my pattern indicate, and that's it. If you see here, this is the box base and it's perfectly accurate with the cutting and everything. Perhaps this is a little bit too much information for a simple thing like this, but trust me, some people still don't understand, including me, how to make a box sometimes. So I thought it was a good idea just to explain with extreme detail. So now I'm going to trim a diagonal in each corner, just like I'm doing here. And then to finish this pattern, or to finish this box base, which is the drawer or the slider drawer in the box, I need to trim these flaps here accordingly my pattern. And these cuttings are only important because they make easy folding the cardstock. So I need to get rid of these 4 parts here, and I only need to get 1 flap per side. So I just trim here, I don't trim that one, I trim this one, I don't trim that one, I trim this one, and that's it. So I got my pattern finally. So it's super easy. I remember how complicated it looks for me at the beginning, but it's very easy. Then I'm just going to fold this in half, and I'm going to fold all of them, all of the sides in half, like so. I like folding the edges like I'm doing here because it's a kind of way to reinforce them, and also it makes easy to assemble the box. Sometimes I don't need using double-sided tape like I'm doing here, because the paper will hold in place by itself and I don't need to use glue or any other kind of tape. But that depends a lot on the size of my project or the box, and also the kind of paper I'm using. In this case, this is a very thick craft cardstock, so the glue or any other kind of tape is necessary to keep this together, just like I'm showing here. Now I'm going to paste the corners of this box inside with glue, because they are not completely pasted at this point. So I'm just going to use a little bit of glue to do that. And then I'm going to use some paper clips to hold this in place. So now I'm going to grab the other piece of craft cardstock, which is 12 inches by 6 inches, and the pattern. And I'm going to make something extremely lazy. So I'm going to grab the pattern and I'm going to score just on top, just like I'm doing here. This is one of the sides of the box, and this is the width of the box. And then now I'm going to score another side of the box, the width of the box, which is 3 inches, and then another side of the box, which is 3/4 of an inch. So from here to here there is 3 inches, and from here to here there is 3/4 of an inch. Then there is another 3 inches here, 3/4 of an inch here, 3 inches, and 3/4 of an inch. And all I have to do next is folding this bit here, and I'm done with this part of the box. This is as easy as making a band around a box. It's just a band basically. You can see that in that way. So you see here, I'm done, and then I get my box and I'm going to see if this moves smoothly, and it does. So my box is finished. So from here I have to decide if I want this box to be completely closed like this, and I just pull up this and I just get my Matchbox, or if I want to do something else. So I want to do something else, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do, and I'm also going to show you how I embellish this box. So I basically grab my hardwood stamp from Stampin' Up, and this is early espresso ink, and I'm just going to stamp like so. I'm not going to use my Stamp-A-Magic or anything like that because I don't think that is necessary, and I just align the stamp with the edge of the previous image. It's kind of easy to do it, and that's it. As this ink is water-based, I can use a baby wipe to clean my stamp, and then using the same ink I'm going to sponge the edges. I'm using a non-sticky mat underneath to make easier applying the ink. And with this I want to create a little bit of more realistic wooden effect in this box, like so, and I apply ink all over the edges. And also occurs to me that I can use dies to create a little window here, and perhaps decorate this box in a completely different way. But today I'm playing in Global Design project, so we have to follow a sketch, and the sketch doesn't have a window, so I'm not going to use the die today. So I'm going to proceed, and I'm going to use Going Global stamp set from Stampin' Up, and I'm only going to use this stamp from this stamp set. I pre-cut this heart from glitter gold cardstock, and then I'm going to stamp this heart in a piece of craft cardstock, like so, using the same early espresso ink. and I just trim the heart by hand. Try another things to stamp this heart, like stamping on a wooden background, but the sentiment doesn't show up so well. So I decided that the craft cardstock color background will be enough for this heart. So now I'll go ahead and I'm going to paste the box. There are different ways to do this, and I'm going to paste it in such a way that I'm going to get a flap in the front. So I just apply glue there, and then I just paste it like so. I could also paste it completely, so I will have just a wrapping band around the slide box, so that will be a traditional matchbox. Even after pasting the whole box, I also can apply a little bit of ink in the edges just to add a little bit of contrast. A member of Global Design Project team, we are a group of papercraft artists from different countries, and every week we have a different challenge. This week we are casing Connie Collins, which is one of our partners in the group, and this card I have here in my iPad is the source of inspiration for everybody in the challenge this week. I'm not going to copy the exact design, I'm going to copy the sketch, and also I'm going to use some of the materials and the elements Connie have used to create the card. She have used this twine to wrap around the card, and I'm going to make something with this twine. It's quite a bit different, so I just flick the twine like I show you. This is an idea of KRISTA Fratin, is also another of the girls in the designer team, and I'm just going to paste this randomly on this box using glue dots. And while I'm doing this, you will think that I'm doing nothing here and it doesn't have any shape, or it's quite a bit messy, but at the end it gets a quite bit of shape and also add some dimension and some texture to any papercraft project. So using thread is kind of a nice and affordable alternative to decorate cards and boxes. And now I'm going to add also a little bit of gold metallic thread. All these products are from Stampin' Up, and then I just paste the golden heart on top, and I'm also going to paste this heart here using dimensionals. And now I'm going to use the Owl Builder punch to punch out some little hearts. Is this heart here from golden cardstock. So is this little heart here, and I'm going to punch out many of them. So I already did that, and I'm going to paste these hearts on the box using glue. So while I'm making this, I would like to apologize because I know the lighting in this video is not great. I had been working at nights because I have a toddler. She's very active, and at the moment she's not napping anymore in the afternoons, so I only got the evenings. So I hope this is okay, and what is important is that I have the opportunity to share with you a little bit of creativity and some ideas. So when I finish tidying up all these threads here, this is how it looks. I took the pictures during daylight so you can appreciate the real colors of the box. So I want to share what I did here. I just apply a little bit of multi-glue there. I leave it dry, and when it dry, it latches like this. That will help me to hold the front panel of the box in place. I add a panel of very vanilla cardstock here, ideal to write a personal message, and I fill the box with chocolates. So this is pretty much all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please visit my blog for more ideas and inspiration, subscribe to my channel, or order Stampin' Up products anytime. All the links are underneath this video. Thank you very much for watching, and happy crafting. Oh, if you are wondering, this little I love you sentiment here, where is this from? I just use this sentiment here from Bear Hugs stamp set. So if you have it, you can also use it in different ways. So make the best of your stamps. Bye, and see you in my next video.